I'm going to tell you an old story. Now, it's a story, and you have to bear with me here, because in it, there's a talking pot. Okay, here's how it goes. It's an old Asian myth about a woman, a water carrier, who on her back, with a long pole, carries 2 clay pots, buckets. And she walks up and she walks down the hills every single day to collect water from the river. And while she's doing so, she comes back up, and one day, the pot on her left turns to her, because it's a story, the pot can talk, and says, "I am so ashamed. I have this deep crack, this fissure in the side of me. And every day, several times a day, you go down to that river and back up, and I only deliver a half of my load. Every day, you drag yourself down and up, and I come back with a half-empty bucket. The other bucket delivers his full load, and yet I'm broken and I'm ashamed." Well, the old woman felt terrible sympathy and empathy for the pot and said to the pot, "To cheer yourself up, on the way back up the hill, I want you to notice the flowers growing on the side of the road." So the pot said, "All right," and did so. But when they got back to the master's house, the pot turned to the old woman, the water carrier, and said once again, "I'm still ashamed." And the woman said, "Did you notice the flowers on the side of the road?" And the pot said, "Yes." And the woman said, "Did you notice that they're only on your side of the road?" The pot said, "No." And the woman said, "I have always known about that crack in you. And as such, I planted seeds along your side of the road. And every day, 3 times a day, we walk back up and down this hill, and you water those seeds. And because of you, I have been able to collect the most beautiful bouquets for the master's table. I feel grateful for that crack that you're ashamed of." This story struck me. It's a beautiful thought to know and to understand your own weaknesses, your strengths, to know that God gave everything to you for you. Even the things you struggle with can be looked at and sublimated and reformed into something great and powerful. Every cracked pot can water a seed. So what's our message? Be the woman who spoke to that pot. Look at yourself, at your children, at your spouse, at your co-workers. Yes, you will know where the cracks in them are, but instead of seeing them as a negative, help them and yourself turn them into a beautiful field of flowers. I'm Adrienne Gold, one of the trip leaders for the Jewish Women's Renaissance Project Momentum Trip to Israel.